Hello, friend. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me for the final part of my 50th birthday countdown celebration. So we're there. In a week, I'll be turning 50. Woo. And yeah, exciting times. So my birthday is going to be on the 24th of August. So I just really wanted to thank you all for um, coming to see me every single week for the last 5 weeks and celebrate this very big transition with me. You know, it's a very big moment for me, and it's been lovely to share it with you all, especially at the time when most things within myself really almost backed me to eclipse. So it's been interesting to watch myself through all this expansion and contraction. Um, and yes, I felt like all of you held space for me to share a bit of myself and some of the things I think I've seen and I've felt throughout the years, and it's been great to put them out there and also ask the question: has it been the same for you? Did you find the same? I know that some of you are a little bit ahead of me in terms of age. Others are much younger, but it's interesting to see what we all learn as we go along this this great adventure. Anyway, I have great news. So, my new book, right, let me get it. I've got a bit of stuff piling up here. Right, my new book, Living Big, Extraordinary You in an Ordinary World. I don't know if you can see it. Will come out on my birthday. It just happened to be that way. But yes, my new little book will come out on the 24th of August on Amazon, Kindle, and as a paperback first, and hopefully as a hardcover. And then I'll be moving on to other platforms, hopefully. But yes, I love the cover. The designer has been amazing, really good, and I'm just so proud, and it's just really beautiful. I'm not quite sure you can see, there's a light there, but yes. So I'm very pleased because it makes it a very nice birthday present to myself, and also this is my gift to you all, because writing it definitely stretched me out on my comfort zone a little bit. Um, you know, as I wrote it, I was called moment to moment almost to answer questions. Am I writing this for myself or the reader? Is the reader going to be able to relate to whatever I'm sharing here? Some of the things are quite personal. It's not something I would normally share, but I trusted that each reader will find a little bit of themselves in those words. So yes, definitely exciting times, and loads happening in my end. And in all this, really, I'm now craving the time and space to just pause a little bit and see where I'm at. I've come a long way, and I just need to stop for a moment, catch my breath, just be there, and just think, yes, you know, I'm 50 and I know it doesn't really matter, but I want to honor this moment. And it's been precious for me to be here with you all. So, a great gift. Thank you. So, for one last time, without much further ado, here are 10 of the 50 things I've learned throughout the years and which I try and stand by as much as I can. And I'm definitely going to use my glasses today, wear my glasses, because lately my eyesight has not been great. I don't know whether it's an age thing or I'm just tired, but it has been a bit blurry. So yes, I definitely need this today. Right. Okay. Own your stuff. It is not always mommy and daddy's fault. Yes. we're all like healing ourselves, some more than others. We all want to soothe, rescue our inner child and soothe that pain we all carry. And somehow, very naively, we all look for a culprit, or it's been their fault, or it's been these other people's fault, or mommy and daddy did not give me enough as I was growing up. Well, they didn't give you enough because they didn't have enough for themselves. And I realized one day we're all scared here, all of us. You know, our parents come from very scarred children themselves. And their parents came from very scarred children themselves. It's part of being human, being in this human life. There's no escape from it. All of us carry these amazing, beautiful scars. So let's cut some slack for our parents, for their parents, and ones before them, and to ourselves, you know, because I think when we really understand what life is about, then we're able to give ourselves some grace and just think, I am doing what I can. And there's no bad and wrong, or right and wrong. There's no, you know, there's no good people, bad people. It's just human life happening. So yes, that was a very hard one for me to learn, but it felt very liberating in the end. Okay. Don't let love turn you into a punch bag. Know when it is time to come off the ring. Yes, we stay in all sorts of dynamics. Love relationships, family relationships, work relations, friendship. And at times I found that love is a bit like a fight, like a little, boxing match. Oh, I love you so much, but here is a punch. Oh, and get another one. I love you very much. And it's interesting to see dynamics where perhaps someone is a little bit more ahead than the others. Perhaps they've been working more on themselves, and so all the other ones, as they catching up, because they will eventually, they keep on, giving the punches, because hey, this is who I'm right now, and I'm hurt, and I don't know how to do any better, so I'm going to punch you, but I really love you. So it comes the time when we need to come off the ring, and we need to say, I love you so much, but I'm going to remove myself from this dynamic, and I'm going to take some time out. And whether it's forever or just a little bit, just to get ourselves together, that space, that breathing space, that pause is extremely important to allow everybody to reset and really understand where they're at within their growth, their learning process. Because when we stick all together, no matter what, then it becomes so toxic. We cannot see the extent of the damage and the hurt happening. And I'm a great believer that if it hurts too much, that ain't love. And yes, let's come off the ring. And let's feel deserving to say, enough now. And that is definitely one of the hardest things to learn for us all, because relationships are all we know at times. We've known these people forever, and it's hard to come away. Okay, right. If you bruise easily, learn to take the knocks. We're all scarred. Yes, we're all scarred. We're all sensitive, especially right now. There's so much coming into our space at all time. There's so much stimulation from the outside world, and so we're bound to feel frightened. We're bound to be a little fragile, some more than the others, and at times we make it the other people's fault, or it's you're too much, I can't handle you, and I'm asking you to back off. And it becomes draining. And we're on constant alert to try and keep ourselves safe from the world, even when there's no reason for that. And I believe that now more than ever, we really ought to grow a thicker skin to be in the world, because the world is processing so much that we're all doing what we can, and as we go along, it's extremely messy at times. So we need to be able to give some grace to everybody around, because we're all somehow fighting a little battle of our own right now. So yes, and this takes me to the next point, which is a very interesting one. Being politically correct is a waste of time. You are always going to piss someone off anyway. Yes, we want to be careful nowadays. We want to make sure we won't upset anyone, but we will. People are always going to think or feel however they want to think and feel. And nowadays I feel like we're all very offended by stuff. Oh, I'm extremely offended by this. Well, so what? Go and focus on something else. Most of all, don't make it just about you, because the world ain't about you only, there's billions of us out there. And so we all have our dreams, we all have our hopes, we all want to be seen and heard. And so, we are going to piss people off along the way. But the most important thing right now is that I feel people are holding back from voicing themselves, and that is causing a lot of frustration, whether it's out there in the world, whether it is within family dynamics, or whether it is within love relationships. We're all holding back because we're afraid. But here is what I've learned, that when you really, really know how to use your voice, when you sit down with yourself and you do your work and you see whether you're coming from a trauma, a wound, or what you integrated from wisdom, the wisdom you integrated through that wound, then whatever you'll be voicing will be for the greatest of all. It will actually serve a greater purpose. So yes, do learn how to use your voice, and then go out there and see the things you speak, the things you see. It's extremely important right now. The world needs our wisdom, the wisdom shared with grace, with respect, with dignity, with presence, not through a trauma, but through our wisdom. So, yes, politically correct never was my game, I'm afraid. But I learned the hard way how to share my message. So, yes, hopefully you find your own, gracious way. Okay. Create space for the one you love to be as big as they are. Human relations get stuck in routines. We all do that. And it occurred to me one day that I came back home. It had been a very long day. And I just wanted space. I just wanted to be left alone, really. And it didn't even occur to me that perhaps my husband had a similar day. Perhaps he also was very tired. He also was a bit fed up with it all. But I never asked the question. I never asked, hey, how was your day? How are you feeling? Tell me, I want to know. I'm really tired, but perhaps we can be tired together. And that was a defining moment for me. That was a game changer, because it made me realize that as we come together with other people, we never ask the question. We make it about ourselves. Normally, we use relationships to support us, to make sure we're okay. And then we don't let those we got next to us to be as big as they are. We never came in this life to be small. We came here to be big. We are extremely big. But often the world, the life, asks us to shrink. the people around us. Oh, you've been too much, I can't handle you today, please, it's not the time. But it's like that for all of us. We all go through this, waves when, at times we're here, then we're down there. And so as we hold hand, life becomes a little easier. So yes, let's learn to ask that question. How's it going? Whether it's a loved one, the cashier in the supermarket, the person on the bus, we can see they're struggling. Are you okay? Do you need anything? And I know these are very crazy times, but often you can tell when someone is in discomfort. Often you can tell when they're constricted and they're just hoping to have the permission to expand. So yes, space is really important. It's what we all craving for, I feel, right now. Anyway, stand your ground for what you believe, even if you end up on your own, and never ever say, I told you so, because that's real ugly and there's no need for it. Yes, yes, that's what I think is happening right now in the world. There are people who believe, and maybe quite rightly so, that they're ahead of the game. Hey, I see more than you do, and so when then the other people finally catch up, we feel entitled to say, "Well, I told you so." Well, there's no need for that. That's actually real ugly because we're never going to be ahead of this game. The game is the game. And at some point, we may need to stop too and just catch up a little bit with ourselves mainly and see what we learned. Perhaps we missed a couple of ways, a couple of things. And then I think, we give all the other people the opportunity to catch up as well. So people deserve, they deserve to live their life as they can. Often people don't have great means, but they still live in that big life. And it's something I've learned, quite in a harsh way. Because there's been moments when I've really thought, oh geez, what is wrong with people? Why cannot they see what I can see? And that really infuriated me at times, really frustrated me. And as I started to write Living Big, I realized that each one of us is actually living a big life in their own unique way. It's the life they chose, and often there is no choice, but it's what they got. And at no point we're entitled to say, I see more than you. Life is about holding space for one another, as we're all reminded, which doesn't make it any easier, but it's the game. And no one ever said that it was going to be easy. So, yes. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. Positivity is overrated. Learn to navigate your inner highs and lows instead, and give yourself plenty of grace in between. Yes, we all want to give the world our best side. Oh, I've got it all figured out and I'm top of my game and, life is a wonderful thing. And no, it's not. Life at times sucks. It's really hard, and also trying to be out there showing something that perhaps we don't even believe in. Eventually, people will smell the lie. And people don't need us to be on top of our game all the time. People need us to be authentic, to authentically manage not just the good days, but also the bad moments, if we want to call them so. And really show that, bad moments turn into good ones and then they turn into bad ones again, while we all learn to navigate these highs and lows more graciously. Eventually, they're not going to be that high, they're not going to be that low, but there's going to be a nice flow, and that's life. It's it's quite draining trying and be this very jolly person. Jolly and happiness is not quite the same as joy. Joy is very discreet. It's contained within ourselves, and is something that attracts others like bees. When you are truly joyful inside, people want to be with you. People want to learn. They want to watch you. They want to know how you can be like that. Okay, right. Not all dreams will or should come true, and that is okay. Yes, I feel like right now in the world we all having these very big dreams, and we don't quite believe in them. We're not quite sure about them, but hey, I'm going to give you this dream because I can't really see it. I don't really quite believe in it myself, but I want you to make it happen for me. And we get stuck in the dream. We get obstinate. We think the dream is all there is, and it's not. You know, our journey will never end if one of our dreams won't come true, because within that dream there's infinite potentials. Our, our journey has been paved with loads and loads of dreams and potentials, and this actually takes me to the next point. Wherever you wish to be today, don't make it someone else's problem. And yes, I think like right now in the world, we're all wish to be something. We all think we deserve to be something bigger than ourselves. We ought to be seen. We have to be heard. So we start talking and talking, and we demand that attention. We demand the world to see us and hear us the way we cannot. And that becomes extremely messy and extremely confusing. We're on top of one another right now in the world. It's excruciating at times. And so living big, being extraordinary, has very little to do with how many dreams you may come true, and more with being present in your life as it is, being big within that space, no matter how big that space is, and especially allowing those around you to have the same space, to be as big as you are. If we make our dream bigger than everybody else's, then it's all very cramped and very small. So, yes, right. Last but not last, and I left this for last is a bit of fun because I'm aware that what I've been speaking to today has a weight. It's quite heavy, there was a lot of wisdom there, and loads of opinions. So, right, hopefully this will make you laugh a little bit. Right. Always have a pair of sunglasses at hand. Yes, yes, this is my favorite one. And it's fair to say that I am the sunglasses lady. Yes, these are my latest ones. They are by Ray-Ban. They have concave lenses, which are great for my eyesight. Often when I wear them, I do feel a bit wobbly, but I think they make me look really good. Would you say? Would you agree that I look good, right? And there's a greater purpose to my sunglasses. They my little buffer with the world. They allow me to have a little gap, days when I just want to be within myself, and I don't quite want anyone in my space for that little moment. Hey, this is me, and here I am, and I just need a moment for myself. And then I will surely invite you in. But right now, I want to be here. And so I think we all deserve that little buffer with the world. Always constantly being out there doesn't make us any better, any wiser, any bigger. We need to have that little gap. And so, yes, get the sunglasses, have many pairs. I do. Or anything else that helps you come away a little bit, recharge, come back to yourself, pause, and then go back out there and give yourself in a fresher, in a newer way, because we all get tired here, and life can be quite taxing at times. Beautiful, beautiful life, but quite demanding at times. And yes, for one last time, from my little corner here in the city of London, with so much grace from my heart to yours, I salute you, dear friend, and most of all, I thank you for playing, for celebrating with me. It's a big moment. For all of us, really, no matter what the world is doing right now, it's a big moment. We're growing even through so much pain. We are growing bigger, and we're learning to live well. Because ultimately, living big means living well, living the best life you can, no matter where you are, no matter what's happening in your life, no matter what's happening out there. And that is my wish to you. Live well, my friend. Okay? Thank you, and cheerio.